So, how can we survive the Trump presidency? How can we get through the next 4 years with our mental health intact? I'm going to share some techniques today. First of all, if it's not obvious, I'm actually talking to people who do not support Trump. If you do support him, you're welcome to continue listening. I just suspect that you might not understand what I'm talking about and you might not be willing to do the work. Why is that, you might ask? Well, over the years, I've realized that those who support Trump very often can only see from their own point of view. They have a very shallow self-awareness, very little understanding and compassion for others with a different life experience, whether it be in finances, sexual orientation, race, or religion. Those who don't support him tend to have more empathy and compassion. They have a deeper level of self-awareness. So hopefully we'll be able to understand what I'm talking about and we'll be willing to make the changes, willing to do the work. Hi, I'm Anne Hintz and I help people find profound inner peace. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel so that other people get to hear this information too. So let's get to it. We can't change Trump, we know that, right? But we can change how we react to him, because how we react to him affects our mental health and our physical health, which then affects the health of those around us. So it's really important work. I've realized over 20 years of working on myself that the emotions we experience are those that we never dealt with as a child. We kept them suppressed. We shoved them down. So the emotions that Trump brings up inside of us are a reflection of the emotions that we have stored inside of us. For me, the emotion of disgust is deeply rooted inside of me from experiences with my brother and my father in childhood. Trump has some of the same characteristics of my brother and my father. So he brings up the same feelings of disgust, but it's likely to be slightly different for every one of us. Now, those who support him probably experience these feelings as well, but they're subconscious, hidden under the shielding and the resistance that has built up in them over their lifetimes. So they can't be helped until they can break through that shielding. Let's look at some emotions now. It's really easy to blame him, right? To push all our energy outward on him. It's his fault. He did this. Everything is about him. But where our healing comes is finding how we feel inside about him, about what he's doing. That's where the healing comes. Here's a long list of emotions. In a moment, I'm going to talk through the emotions that I think might resonate with people about Trump. But this is the list I took those from if you want to look at it and find your own. One way to look at Trump that you might want to consider if you're willing is to think of him as our teacher. He is there in this life experience to bring up these emotions that have been stored deep inside of us and to heal them. And when we think of him like that, we can also think of him disappearing once we have healed those emotions. So let's all do this work. So the 3 emotions that resonate most deeply with me about Trump are appalled, disgusted, and revolted. If those are yours too, you might want to write them down. And also, as I go through this list, write down the ones that resonate with you. And by resonate, I mean check inside. When I say the word, check inside, does it feel like that word resonates with how you feel inside? If so, write the word down. These words are going to be read in alphabetical order, so you will know when I'm about to get to the end. So here are the words. Ashamed. Perhaps ashamed of being an American. Betrayed. Betrayed by our president. Boiling mad. Demoralized at what has happened. Depressed with the changes. Devastated. Disrespected. Exasperated. Frightened. Fuming about what happened. Furious with him. Helpless because you can't do anything. Except this, of course. Infuriated. Invisible, nauseated, outraged with what he's done, paranoid, repelled, resentful, scared, shocked, terrified, trapped, unwanted, violated, vulnerable, and worried. Now, hopefully you have a list of emotions. Might be short, might be long, either way is okay. What I want you to do is to go through those emotions one by one and ask yourself, when is the first time I remember feeling this way? Whatever pops into your mind, whatever memory pops into your mind at that point, write it down, because that memory is associated with that emotion. Otherwise, it would not have popped into your mind. This is how we open up our subconscious mind and deepen our self-awareness. That memory was one of those times, perhaps the first time, when that emotion got stored inside of you. So it's important to look at that memory, to open up the wound and clean it out so that healing can take place. In a moment, I'm going to show you a very strange but very powerful technique that you can use to work on Trump directly. But first, I want to let you know that this video up here, How to Get Over Anything, will walk you through the steps of clearing out that memory and all the emotions stored with it. And don't worry, I will link it again at the end because I have more to share with you. So that's the primary work. Listen to him, watch him, go inside, notice how you feel, give it an emotional word, name it, see if there's a memory associated with it, clear out the memory, and eventually you will get to the place where you can watch him or listen to him and remain at peace inside anyway. I know it's hard to believe, but truly it can happen. Now, it isn't always easy to find our emotions when we have so much animosity towards him. So it can help to release some of that first so that we can then find the emotions. If you've watched the video that I just referenced, How to Get Over Anything, or you know EFT or tapping from another arena, you probably know that it's a pretty strange technique. It looks strange, people think it's strange, but it's very, very powerful. What I'm going to show you now and suggest that you try is even more strange. As I mentioned, the other name for EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, is also tapping, because we're tapping on certain meridian points or acupressure points on our body as we're talking something through. I call this that I'm going to show you now air tapping. Why? Because it looks like we're tapping in the air. I've seen the benefits of this so many times that it doesn't bother me anymore how weird it looks, but you may have to get over that. I suggest doing it somewhere private, like in a bathroom, or with a group of people who are going to do it with you. Now, you can do this with or about anyone that you have a lot of negative emotion about. But obviously, we're going to use Trump as our example here. So what I want you to do is imagine that he is sitting right in front of you, facing you, and his head is right about here so that you can easily access it. Then I want you to tap on his points as you were talking to him. Tell him exactly what you think of him, what you would tell him to his face if it didn't have any consequences. Tell him what he has done to you, your friends, and your family. Get out all the thoughts that you have had, but you have never expressed directly to him before. Here's an example, but no, I'm going to have to remove the audio of this. You might be able to read my lips if I can't cover them up, but I will have to remove the audio. But what I want you to come away with is to realize that I want you to tell him exactly what you think. Your truth. Use all the words that you would use or that you have used in your mind that you have not expressed before, because that gets it out of the body. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways a little bit so that you can kind of see I'm not tapping on me, but I'm tapping in front of me. Okay, I suggest you do it for longer than that. Just keep going around his points again and again and again until you start taking deep breaths, until you can tell that you are more relaxed than you were. Do that whenever you need to, maybe daily. I certainly feel a little better now. So try that out and go inside and notice how you're feeling. Name them, give them an emotional name, see if there's a memory, clear it out. And good luck to us all. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel so the algorithm works to share it with other people. And I think you'll agree, there are many people who could use this information.